afternoon, faculty, staff, administrators, families, and of course, graduates. I feel privileged to welcome you to the Winter 2023 Pierce College Nursing Painting Ceremony. My name is Vicki Dixon, and I am the Nursing Program Director. Before I get started with my opening remarks, I'd like to acknowledge some of the faculty that were able to attend today's ceremony. When I call their names, I'm going to have them stand up. So first, Mindy Saw. Linda Fish. Jennifer Evans. Christina Hansen. We also have a couple of faculty sitting in the audience. Thank you for coming. I also want to acknowledge our wonderful program coordinator, Marjo Burdick. This ceremony definitely would not have happened without her. Okay. So I could not be prouder of this cohort. Despite all of the challenges with starting nursing school still during a global pandemic, our incredible graduates demonstrated grace and resilience and worked extremely hard to be here today. They have met their goal of completing their associate's degree in nursing. Their dedication is admirable and will serve them well in the future. This cohort's professionalism and commitment to learning was inspiring. Today, as we look to these amazing nursing graduates and soon to be RNs, we should all feel a sense of pride for what they have accomplished. Their determination to make the best of the situation demonstrates the adaptability and flexibility they will need to be a nurse today and in the future. Nurses have always been equated with courage and trust, and I couldn't agree more. These nursing graduates are stepping into a healthcare environment that needs them desperately, as we all know. Our patients are coming to us with more complex health problems. They are in need of mental health services and resources more than ever. These amazing students will be meeting these challenges with our patients head on and giving them the safest and most excellent care that they deserve. To the graduates, always remember that you are making a difference every day in someone's life, no matter how big or small. You will give your patients the ability to live their lives to the fullest. You will be a light in their lives during the darkness. You will be their hope and their guide. You will be there to comfort them when they have pain and sorrow. This is a great privilege you will have. Please don't take it lightly. Believe in yourself always and your ability to make an impact and to create change. I know each of you will make a difference and do great things, and we'll be here cheering you along the way. Grateful you have chosen to be our next generation of nurses. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations. All right, I got through that without crying. We'll see how the rest goes. So our administrative speaker today is Dr. Matt Campbell. Dr. Campbell holds a Doctorate of Education in Educational Leadership and Policy Studies from Temple University, a Master of Education in Educational Leadership and Policy Studies from the University of Washington, and a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science from the University of Delaware. He currently serves as the interim, although hopefully permanent, president for Pierce College Puyallup. Prior to his current position, he was the Vice President for Learning and Student Success here at Puyallup. Please welcome Dr. Matt Campbell.
Thank you, Vicki. Good afternoon. As mentioned, I'm Matthew Campbell. A pleasure to be here this afternoon. Also, absolutely delighted to have the opportunity to stand before a live audience and acknowledge not only the commitment and success of the students you see before you, but also the contributions of each of them to our communities over the course of the last few years, especially. It feels almost second nature, like we're going to hear about the pandemic today, right? To bring up the realities of the pandemic and what that has wrought on our lives, though to navigate the realm of public health services as a provider whilst also pursuing a degree throughout the last year, even as we wearily squint at possibly a new dawn, is almost beyond comprehension. I'd like to take a moment to give thanks, ultimately, in my comments today. First, a sincere appreciation for all of those who are actively serving our communities, particularly those engaged in any health profession. Second, a warm thank you to our nursing faculty who lead, mentor, educate, commiserate, and celebrate the next generation of nurses and community leaders. I'd also like to thank those who make up the nursing program, including Adrian, Jonathan, Julie, Marjo, and Director Vicki Dixon, who you just heard from. I wrote all of who worked tirelessly. I don't think that's true, but appear tirelessly committed to connect all the dots and pull all the pieces together. Thank you for all that you do. Next, to all of you out there in the audience, family, whether of genetics, of adoption, or of choice, and supporters, those who cheer on, hold up, motivate, stand in for, you have been a network of success that has nourished the hearts, minds, and spirits of this graduating class. Further, when nursing students talk about why they put themselves through this experience, we so often hear, I do it for my children, for my family, my friends, my community. So today we celebrate you as well for your role in their and really all of our success. Last and certainly not least, we not only celebrate but also thank the students, now graduates, for embarking on this journey. It may sound a little odd to thank students for advancing their own educational and professional goals, but that's exactly, it is this commitment to economic and social mobility that not only improves their lives, but the lives of their communities, both through their success and through this profession. And it is the commitment of Pierce College to our mission to create quality educational opportunities for a diverse community of learners to thrive in an evolving world that is centered on economic and social mobility of our students and our communities. It's through this education that we advance our communities, and it is through our commitments to equity, diversity, and inclusion that we have continued to diversify the field of nursing, building equity and inclusion into the curriculum, into our pedagogy, our services, and ultimately our graduates. These commitments and actions have created what you see before you today, the most diverse graduating class in the history of Pierce College's nursing program. Not only do nearly 60% of this cohort identify as Black, Indigenous, or nurses of color, but 25% are the first of their family to attend college, and there are 5 men in this cohort. The commitments of this program team have not only diversified our nursing cohorts, but their actions throughout the learning ecosystem are designed to advance student success, to see them excel and flourish, ultimately going into our local healthcare facilities, reflecting their communities, and hopefully one day returning as nurse educators to enrich the minds, hearts, and spirits of the next generation of nurses. We're always hiring nurse faculty. Indeed, they have already demonstrated their capacity for this through their role in supporting one another in true cohort fashion. Thank you all for your commitment to your success, to each other, and to your communities. I wish you all the success conceivable as you set your course to thrive in an evolving world. Your ability and capacity to realize your possibilities is unending. Congratulations.
All right. Every cohort is given the opportunity to elect a faculty speaker for their ceremony. This year, the students have chosen Mindy Saw. Mindy has been a professor at Pierce College for 3.5 years. This is her first full year as tenured faculty, and she has been a part of this cohort's journey since the beginning. Please welcome Mindy Saw.
Thank you. So as writing this speech, I wanted to first of all thank everybody that's here. I've heard a lot about you. I've had a lot of class time with these students, and so I've heard a lot about friends and family that support them throughout this, and that's so important. They couldn't have done it without you. I know that we've taken them away from you for the past 3 quarters, and we appreciate you sharing your loved one with us so they can achieve their goals. So I'd just like to thank everybody here in the audience. As I was reflecting on this cohort, I have been here, this is going into my 4th year, so I have seen a lot of cohorts, and the cohort is the group in front of you here. I was reflecting on what makes this cohort special to me, and this is a very special cohort to me, and I'll try not to cry too. I don't know, we'll see. There's Kleenex down here. What really comes across to me with them is their love and support of each other. This cohort leans on each other in hard times. They all get along so well. They sincerely love one another. And I know that there's been lifelong friendships formed. And so I'm so happy that they can take that with them into their nursing career. When they need support, they can continue to lean on each other in hard times, even after graduation. And just, it's important that you know that we're here for you throughout your career. We want you to stay in touch, and we're always here to support you, even 20 years down the road, whatever you're doing. This group is very engaged in class, and my favorite thing about them is their sense of humor. They don't take they take their education very seriously, but class times are super fun because this is a funny group, and that makes my time in class with them more fun. They're passionate about learning, and there's always jokes to be told, and I love that about them. They are very professional, and they've taken their time here and made the best of it, and they're all going to be amazing nurses, and I'm so proud of them. 2 things that come to mind when I talk about this group, 2 words that I found are grit and resiliency. Nursing school isn't easy. It takes a lot out of your life. And we know people have other parts of their life too, right? They have families, they have children, they have jobs, they have other commitments. So it takes a lot of resiliency to stick with a program and to get through it. And so I admire them because of that. The Oxford Dictionary defines grit as courage and resolve and strength of character. And there's a recognized author, Angela Duckworth, who talks about grit also, and she calls it perseverance and passion for long-term goals. So in this group, I think both those definitions of grit apply perfectly. And here they are today. They all reached their goal, and they've been amazing throughout the whole process. As most of the faculty and my students know, 2021 started a breast cancer journey for me, which kind of ended this year. And when I was having surgeries, there was one surgery where I had some complications and I had to stay the night in the hospital. And when people say nurses are the worst patients, they're not kidding. Nurses are the worst. I'm the worst patient, I'll give you that. But I was staying the night in the hospital, and I was scared and not feeling well. My nurse was a brand new graduate. He had just graduated from Shoreline, and he was the best nurse. He was so caring and kind and listened to me. And so as I was laying in bed at 3 in the morning, hurting and on drugs, I'll say, I was reflecting on my students and picturing them in that role, and just thinking how honored I would be for any of you to take care of me or any of my family members. The world's really getting a great group of nurses with this group. Okay. And I just want to leave you with a piece of advice as I go into my 20th year of being an RN and I look back through my career. I don't remember the charting. I don't remember the skills modules I had to do online. I don't remember all the medications I've given. What I do remember is the times I was present with my patients and their times of need. So those are the things that come back to me the most. When you're holding someone's hand, when you are there when their baby is born, when you're there when a loved one is passing and you can share in those emotions with them. Nursing is really emotionally hard, but I don't want you to lose that emotion part to it. Don't get so hardened that you can't be present with your patients. It's okay to feel those emotions and to be there with your patients as they're experiencing either the happiest of times or the saddest of times. And my last piece of advice is to take care of yourself. Nursing's super hard. It's physically and emotionally challenging. So self-care is super important, and I want you to remember that as you go through. Times are going to get busy and stressful, and you're going to be short-staffed. But take care of yourself first so you can be there for other people. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to say is nursing's never ending and your opportunities are endless. So you can shoot to the moon here. You can find what makes you happy. There's so many ways you can go in nursing. Never feel stuck. You can always grow. You can be happy where you're at. You can continue your education. like Matt said, you can come back and teach for us, hint, hint. And we're here for you if you have some questions about your journey through nursing. So thanks again. Thanks for being here today to celebrate these awesome graduates. Thank you for making my life so great over the past 3 quarters. I really do love you guys. And I hope you can celebrate today, and congratulations.
All right. I'm definitely shorter than her. So every cohort is also given the opportunity to elect a student speaker or speakers for their ceremony. This cohort has elected to have 2 speakers. So please welcome Ashley Nielsen and Jerry Cercato.
I think I should have talked to Professor Saw because my speech is closely related, but I want to begin by thanking every one of you for being here today, both in person and the people that are watching virtually. Thank you to the cohort for nominating me to speak today. We all walked in here 1 year ago as LPNs from different backgrounds. A few had over 20 years of experience, and some, like me, had less than 1. This journey has been tough for all of us for different reasons, and many of us, I know me included, felt like we couldn't do it anymore. People had work, children, partners, pets, and we all had somewhat of a life outside of nursing school. We persevered and today leave ready to get the title of RN. So I want to congratulate each of you and recognize your accomplishment for surviving nursing school again. So I also want to take a moment to thank our families and friends for supporting and encouraging us to keep going. I know I wouldn't be here without your love and patience. I want to thank the faculty for putting up with our moans and groans and fostering our growth as nurses. This experience has been amazing, and I am proud to be graduating from the Pierce College School of Nursing. As nurses, we are always expected to give 110% to everyone all the time. We often put the needs of others before ourselves. I want you all to remember that it's okay to put yourself first, and it's okay to say no. Self-care is so important because you need to have enough left to be able to give to others. There will be times where you will struggle and doubt yourself. Burnout in nursing is real, as we've seen during the great purge of COVID. So find your passion and don't let a bad day define you. What matters is what you do after. Don't give moments or people free rent in your head. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And I want to remind you it's okay not to be okay. Allow yourself to feel and work through it. What is not okay is not asking for help when you need it. It is not weak and does not make you any less than to admit when you need help. It shows that you're strong and you will be a better nurse for your patients. Your worth is not defined by your strength or the ability to handle it all. So please, don't think you have to suffer in silence. Find your people and call on them for comfort. You will get through it and come out stronger for it. So ultimately, we can't do for others what we won't do for ourselves. That means giving yourself grace, love, and acceptance for who you are right now. In closing, always advocate for yourself and your patients, trust your gut, and stay true to yourself. Now go forth and be the change you wish to see in the world. Next will be our resident tech guy and volunteer of the year, Jerry.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Campbell, Director, faculty, and graduates. I first want to thank each and every single person here tonight, including friends and family, everyone who's watching online, and the ones who are in our hearts continuing to guide us. You are all instrumental in shaping who we are today, and for that, it is an honor to address Pierce College Nursing Program Class of 2023. Graduates, close your eyes and think back to January 4th, September 29th, or April 6th. Do you remember these days? These were the first days of instruction for the LPN to RN full-time program. Think back and remember how excited or nervous you were to start this new chapter of your life. Tomorrow, March 26th, marks exactly 1 day since we met at mandatory orientation. It is then that we met classmates from all backgrounds. Some of us came in with bachelor degrees and even a doctorate degree. Others experienced hardships in the world like poverty and war. And then there are some who worked as LPNs for the last 6 to 20 years, like me. I even grew out my facial hair to enhance a more mature look. No, seriously. Anywho, we must remember that LPN stands for Licensed Practical Nurse, not low-paid nurse. All of us here exemplify resilience as LPNs, but now we are relieved to graduate tonight, and we will always remember what it took to finally get a spot at a respected institution, an institution with the Aspen Prize and recognition as one of the top 5 community colleges in the nation. Also, it is through Pierce College that we met passionate teachers and brilliant faculty alike. In our future, we are the nurses who will push back from injustice. Why? Because as registered nurses with hands-on LPN experience, we can advocate for our patients wholeheartedly. We are the vessels of voice for the patients we spend the most time with, who need their stories to be told and for us to tell their stories. As healthcare workers, we put people before ourselves constantly. And because of that, we follow a journey similar to many of you in the room tonight. CNAs, LPNs, and other RN graduates. We're given a gift of being there at someone's most vulnerable time. I'm trying not to be too emotional, but for the last 3 years, the whole world was going through the repercussions of COVID-19. It's 2023, and we're still picking up the broken pieces. On top of that, this class went through life endeavors, car accidents while in the program, car robberies, family emergencies, long-distance relationships, the losses of loved ones while in the program, and the emotional ride of trying to be who you are while working on balancing education for your future. The nursing graduates you see right in front of you today is not the nursing graduates you'll see years from now, as we are committed to continue improving our craft with integrity and faith. We will be shining bright like candles in the wind, collaborating with physicians and doctors for the betterment of our patients. I believe that if you're genuinely caring, kind, and know deep down inside you want to help others, nursing is your true calling. And for each of these graduates, I know we will change the world through our departments and organizations. I see the light in us all. Today, I wear a great big smile that this class left me with the many days we share. It's a great privilege, graduates, to address you on your day, a day marking one of the most important accomplishments of our lives. What a gift it is to live a life with passion and purpose. I challenge this class to fully open your hearts, put all bias aside, and serve in one of the most trusted professions in the world every single day. Because of Pierce College, I can't think of a better place where safe nursing is practiced, valued, and reciprocated. Nursing school at Pierce College allowed us strangers to be immediate family, where professionalism flourishes. Before I end, I want to again recognize the family and friends who are celebrating today. To my aunt who flew from California, dad, grandparent, and to the rest of the people who are here. Tino, a past coworker, and Daisy, award winner I look up to professionally. To my wife, Belle, who graduated at Shoreline for her RN 2 days ago. In-laws, Uncle Vic, and to my mom, who retired last December at Harborview after serving as a CNA for 33 years. I forever thank you for everything you do. And thank you, class, for allowing me to talk up here tonight. Each of our unique paths will be celebrated today. Remember, the struggles along the way are only meant to shape us for our purpose. And, like Professor Saw said, and Linda, take care of yourself before you take care of others. Shout out to both of them for covering that in class. Cheers to no more tickets to SIM, no more nursing school exams, and CLEX, here we come.
Every quarter, The nursing program presents one student who demonstrates excellence in academics, clinical practice, and leadership with the Outstanding Student Award. This year's award will be presented by Professor Linda Fish. Linda actually was a graduate student here with us herself when she was finishing her master's, and she has been a faculty member with us now going into 2 years, and will next year be a tenured faculty with us. So please welcome Linda Fish.
Good afternoon. The Pierce College Nursing Program selects one student from each graduating cohort for an Outstanding Student Award. This student demonstrates excellence in academics, clinical practice, and leadership. The student's clinical practice is above all expectations. Her knowledge, critical thinking skills, and empathy with which she cares for her patients make it clear that nursing is her calling. She understands the challenges nursing can bring, especially the emotional ones. But she continues to endure serving and be a voice for others. During her practicum, there was a patient who was disoriented and stated to her, "I just want to watch the sunset." To keep him safe, she turned his bed towards the window to allow him to do so. The wife of the patient found the student, hugged, and told her, "You are right where you need to be." We heard about this story from the nurse care manager of the unit who saw one of our instructors, Jen Evans, who was there with another cohort. The nurse care manager complimented the student by describing her as exceptionally professional and provides empathetic care. These actions validate the true heart of a nurse, one that can meet the needs of their patient with kindness, maintain dignity, while keeping them safe despite the challenges that may arise. We have no doubt the student will flourish in her nursing career and be one of the great nursing leaders that many will aspire to be. She makes us incredibly proud. The Winter 2023 Outstanding Nursing Student is Sharon Herring.
All right, it's my pleasure to welcome the next two speakers. So Les Watts, who will be giving us the history of the pinning ceremony and the Lamp of Knowledge, and Jennifer Evans, who will lead the graduates in the Rainier Nursing Pledge. Les Watts has been serving Pierce College for 35 plus years. She's been a professional counselor, career and academic advisor, pre-nursing advisor, human relations instructor, orientation coordinator, and specialist in student success courses. She has also been part of the district-wide assessment team and is still an active member of our nursing advisory board today. Jennifer Evans, who will lead the students in the Rainier Nursing Pledge, which can be found in your program. She started out as an adjunct faculty member with us and has now been full-time in her second year, and again will be a tenured faculty member with us as of next year. Please welcome first Les Watts and then Jennifer Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, thank you so much for being a part of this special ceremony to be with your loved one who's graduating officially. And so I thought, for some of you, you thought, so what's the big deal about this special pinning ceremony? I mean, none of the other, vocations or degrees have this, but the nurses do, absolutely. The history of the pinning ceremony actually goes back to the 12th century when the Crusaders were cared for by the Knight of the Order of the Hospital of St. John the Baptist. When new monks entered the order, they vowed to serve the sick soldiers in a ceremony during which each monk was given a Maltese Cross badge. The modern ceremony that we know today actually started in the 1860s when Queen Victoria awarded Florence Nightingale the Red Cross of St. George to recognize her service as a military nurse during the Crimean War. To share the honor, Florence Nightingale later presented medals of excellence to her brightest nursing students. Not surprisingly, we know Florence Nightingale as the founder of modern nursing. In 1916, this pinning ceremony became standard practice for new graduates in the United States as a way of welcoming you into the nursing profession. While it was once only given to outstanding students, I think it was recognized every one of you has worked your off. And I don't know how many of you realize that in the world of Guinness records, nursing is considered more arduous than engineering school. Can I say a yes on that? Absolutely. And as many of our speakers today have already alluded to, especially this cohort, has been balancing not only how arduous this has been, but in between juggling kids, family, still working, and yet you hung in there. And that is amazing, because I know a year ago you thought, how am I ever gonna do this? And all of a sudden, here you are. So with a big, big congratulations. New nurses then have the opportunity, as they finish this arduous task, to celebrate and invite their family and friends to be a part of the ceremony. In fact, it's become a time that many of the cohorts have family members are the ones that actually do the lanyard with the pin on it. I would encourage you to take a look at this pin. Each pin is designed by the class and by the school, and it used to be, back before infection control was so strong, we could actually wear our pins on our uniform above our name tag. Now, of course, we cannot, but there are a few that absolutely take the design of the pin and have it embroidered on their scrubs, so at least they have that, because it's an indication of where they went to nursing school. And then otherwise, when you attend professional meetings and are not in uniform on duty, you can proudly wear that pin with your name tag, and sometimes attach somehow to your name tag wherever you happen to be going. The particular pin today that the students have designed has the Florence Nightingale Lamp of Knowledge in the middle, has an R and an N on the east-west sides, and then has our Pierce College symbol of the mountains up on top, so that you know that you come from Pierce College. And what's fun about having the pin, especially if it's embroidered, is that as you go to work in hospitals, you can look around and recognize other fellow grads. Oh, you must have gone to Pierce. And again, it brings just a sisterhood, brotherhood together of all of that. So the pinning ceremony, it signifies that you have officially joined the sisterhood and brotherhood of nurses and are ready to serve society as healthcare professionals. And yes, nursing has been referred to as a calling, and this modern pinning ceremony is based on the history of this respected profession, which is now forever in your hearts.
Okay. So this year, the students have elected to have family members pin them. So can I please ask, families were given numbers at the start, so we need family members with numbers 1 through 9 to line up along the wall over on this direction. And I was told that Temmy's family did not get a card, but you are number 1. So whoever is pinning Temmy, you're first in line up there. did fall off earlier. You ready? Okay. Temitope A. Amoko Mowo. Angela J. Blakely. Jerry B. Cercato. Jennifer L. Curry. Mark T. Decker. Marta E. Esquivel Texocotitla. Vasna Gobadi Gadi Kole. Leslie G. Gillis. Sharon A. Herring. All right, family members 10 through 19. Have you line up on the side and we'll do the second row. Crystal C. Hope. Muhammad Kijera. Mary N. Kenyati. Shelley J. Kruger. Neha Kushan. Christina T. Lott. Leah A. Mendigbus. Nicola J. Matulka. Ashley R. Nielsen. Lisa M. O'Brien. All right, last group, family members 20 through 30. Please line up against the wall. I'm sorry. It's the kids. Yulia S. Polyashov. Vadim V. Penitkov. Christina Popovich. Vinicia A. Sala. Poonam K. Sandhu. Bamalakoa M. Shafara. Monique A. Sosa. Feng T. Tran. Shoba S. Vincent. Jesselyn B. Wallace-Kaw. And Miyaza Wildemichael. All right. Before we do the candle lighting, Les Watts is going to come up again and explain a little bit more about the lamp of knowledge.
Congratulations, all of you. It's amazing. And what fun to see all your families being able to put the lantern on, so that's awesome. Some of you probably came in and thought, what in the world is Aladdin's lamp doing up here in a pinning ceremony? And no, it is not Aladdin's lamp. In actuality, back in the 1860s, when Florence Nightingale first started nursing, this was the oil lamp she used to walk among her patients on night duty. So it came to be a symbol of the care and devotion that a nurse administers to the injured and sick during their practice as a nurse. But as Florence Nightingale started her nursing schools, it also became a representation and became a lamp of knowledge. And so part of the pinning ceremony was that she would go and light her candle, just as Vicki Dixon is going to be doing now, light her candle, and then her candle would light the candles of the faculty members, and the faculty members would then light the candles for each of the new grads. Because now it's your turn. Now it's your turn to carry that knowledge forward. Not needless to say, and you've heard this a gazillion times, the patient teaching the knowledge you're going to pass on will continue the rest of your careers. And hopefully some of you will be teaching at some point in your career as well. So at this time, symbolic again of the knowledge that is being passed on as a nursing director and on to faculty, we ask Vicki Dixon, our director of our nursing school, to come forward and do that.
And then the faculty are going to let you guys know. Something would be on fire by now, right?
Don't let us use real flame. Probably.
All right, we good? Okay, Jen, we get it. So if you'd like to join along, the Rainier Nurses Pledge is in the program.
Okay. All right. And any nurses in the audience, if you want to stand and recite the pledge with us, you're welcome to. I'll wait for you all to the page. You ready? Okay. Okay. As a Pierce College nursing graduate, I solemnly swear to myself and fellow nurses that I will uphold the duty of the registered nurse to the best of my abilities. I will treat each patient that comes under my care with the same dignity, care, and compassion that is deserving to all, whether that means helping to bring a life into this world or give comfort as a life leaves this world. I will never show prejudice towards a patient, and I will always respect their culture, religion, and choices. I will always do what is in the best interest of my patient as a patient advocate, even if I do not agree with the medical decision. I will give comfort and care to both the patient and families in all stages of care. I will always strive to learn more so that when faced with a challenge, I can adapt and give the best care, confidence without delay. I will work in a professional manner and as a member of the healthcare team. When placed in the leadership position, I will grasp it with eagerness and set the best example for those around me. I will follow the law and code of ethics set before me, and above all else, I will remind myself every day why I became a nurse. I will strive to be the best nurse that I can be, always, and show leadership for others to emulate.
Congratulations. All right, you guys can take a seat. Thank you so much for coming and joining us to celebrate our wonderful graduates. They're going to file off the stage in both directions and stand along the wall. We invite you to watch the slideshow that's going to play that they put together. Once that happens, please let them exit first after the slideshow, and then we invite you to join them in the lobby for drinks and treats. Everybody have a great evening. Half of you that way, half of you this way. First, because the slideshow, you guys won't be able to see it unless you're out here. We're gonna go this way. Yeah, half.
We're gonna watch it too.
What are we doing? Follow this way.